Good morning, everyone. My name is MicheleThompson. I'm coming to you from Vancouver. I am the founder of Curis Consulting. I'm also a registered nurse. I am a workplace culture specialist and a leadership development consultant. And my goal is to support organizations and their people to create workplaces that people never want to leave. And so why am I here today? Well, lots of reasons, but I think, I always enjoy coming and speaking with other passionate individuals that are wanting to create healthy workplaces where people aren't just surviving, but they're thriving at work. I also believe that we've made leadership way more complicated than it needs to be. I think that when we understand how we're hardwired to connect and that we're really more alike than we are different, it makes leading others more relational than transactional. And, like you, Sumana, I had a really awful experience in my early days as a nurse overseeing a care home, and was accused of covering up the death of a resident by an employee, which I will say was not true. But that was really my first experience with really trying to support dysfunctional individuals in a dysfunctional work environment. So since then, it's just been a real passion of mine, and I'm honored to be here today. So thank you for having me. Yeah, today I'm hoping to explore, how we can improve workplace culture through the lens of psychological safety, which is the space I really like to play in. And in Canada, we have a CSA standard, and it includes 13 factors. And we don't have time to go through all of those today, but I encourage you to visit a website that I particularly enjoy. It's the Opening Minds website by the Mental Health Commission of Canada, and they have a ton of resources that can be used all over the world. So it's not just a Canadian-based website. So I encourage you to do that. I wanted to start off today just by saying that I believe that creating healthy and inclusive workplaces are critical, not just for employee satisfaction, but also for organizational success. And I believe that this is just how we show up for each other. It's not about how we reference it in policies and procedures, and it's more just about the way that we show up for each other. So I've got a couple of things that I wanted to share today. So in psychologically safe environments, people feel valued, respected, and trusted. Those are the three primary emotions that come out. And when people feel safe, they're more likely to engage and fully collaborate. They're more likely to innovate and to perform at their best. So for leaders creating psychological safety, it's not just about avoiding toxic behavior. I believe it's more about actively cultivating an environment of trust and openness, avoiding disengagement, presentation, and ultimately burnout. So how can we do this? Well, I believe that it needs to be embedded in the organization's culture and practices rather than just being a series of like one-off things that we do that maybe nobody pays attention to other than on the day they're happening. And as I said, putting them in policies and procedures isn't always the most effective way. So we can do regular check-ins where we encourage open conversations about mental health. Are you okay? And that we're creating a culture that sometimes it's okay to not be okay. That we're creating a work-life balance where we're encouraging people to support their boundaries, where we allow flexible working hours or hybrid models, and that we're offering continuous professional development opportunities that align with people's personal and professional goals. So leaders can play a critical role in setting the tone for psychological safety. I believe that transparency, admitting when we're wrong, and modeling vulnerability, and focusing on perceived threats for individuals, such as punitive responses to failure, and instead encourage problem solving, mutual support, and who view mistakes as opportunities for people to improve. And then I think we can look at inclusive decision making, again, modeling vulnerability, and then offering clear communication. So how does this impact an organization? And I think that this obviously leads to healthier organizations where people respect each other and people are thriving, where employees feel safe to take the initiative, to contribute ideas, and ultimately stay engaged long term. This leads to higher productivity, reduced turnover, and more resilient individuals. So I encourage leaders to have open dialogue, integrate well-being into all of the routines. So schedule short wellness activities during the day, and then build trust through consistency. So I have a call to action for you. Please try to identify one small way that you can weave psychological safety into the fabric of your organization so that you can create a container as a leader where collaboration can thrive and well-being is prioritized. Thank you, everybody. I believe that our time and energy are two of the greatest gifts we have to give, and I thank you for giving me both of those today.